He had a lot of stuff to say, talking about his health, talking about his contract, talking about what lies ahead for the Lakers. But the thing that everyone really took away is something LeBron has reiterated a couple times before, and he doubled down again yesterday.
Best thing about it is that the year I'll be a free agent will be the same year my oldest son graduates high school. So I'll have some options to see, for me personally, what I want to do forward, to be around my family, being around my son more, or continue to play this game that I love, with great health and just great spirit. So we'll see.
LeBron is a dad, and if you're a dad driving around or on Zoom listening to us today, trust that your son, if you have one, knows who Bronny James is. That is for sure. Jay, does LeBron have enough gas in the tank to get there and make this father-son a reality?
Yes. The reality is that if Bronny continues to progress, if he gets drafted, say hypothetically he gets drafted in the second round or late first round, you will have teams that will be vying to draft Bronny James due to the fact that his father could end his career in that city that Bronny James plays. That is a reality, and it's a reality that I know LeBron, if he takes care of business, look, everybody thinks they're going to get one this year. They should at least get two with the talent they have on this team.
Two more, you're saying?
Two more championships. If he's able to get that, you will see LeBron James play with his son somewhere else, or his son come to LA and be a Laker.
Yeah, it's only 3 years from now. It's not like we're talking about 6 years from now. It's 3 years from now. So
that would be 20 years now then in the NBA for LeBron.
He would be 39.
Right, and I'm not doubting LeBron's longevity. I'm just 20 years is a long time to play in the NBA.
Yeah, but even if LeBron was giving you 18, 6 and 3, I mean, you stick around because like Jay Will is saying, you can go. I honestly think it would be the Lakers. It wouldn't be another team because I don't think LeBron wants to move beyond the Lakers in his career. The Lakers would probably either draft him, bring him in, whatever the case may be. But I think he'll be with his son at least 1 year.
And we should mention 18, 6 and 3 is like a career year for most guys in the NBA. That'd be LeBron like sputtering at the end to 18, 6 and 3. I mean, it just goes.
You get 18, 6 and 3. You can get about $50 million a year nowadays.
That's what I'm saying, man. Those are good numbers. I'll take that right now.
Speaking of $50 million a year, James Harden turned that down, of course, as you know, from the Houston Rockets. So this is putting the new head coach, and this guy's worked his whole life to become a head coach, Stephen Silas, in a little bit of a pickle. He did say Harden's absence. Yeah, right? I mean, hey, congratulations, walking right into this. He did say Harden's absence from training camp was a quote-unquote setback, and he would like him here, but he's obviously got to be pretty gingerly talk with the words here. Let's just hear from Silas before the fellas weigh in on what Harden's absence from training camp means.
As far as timetable, there is no timetable as far as I know. And it is a setback. You want your best player to be here. There is a short window, as you've alluded to. As I said yesterday, we're working as if this is the 6th to the 23rd. So there is some time, but it is a setback. Yeah, I have to be honest and understand that this is a setback, not having one of the best players in the NBA here.
Really?
What have I always said, though? I said, man, the dude don't want to be there. He's not going to come. I don't care what anybody says. It's just athletes, when they put their foot down, that's what it is. Now, you got to make a decision on what you want to do.
Hey, guess
make
what?
A decision.
When things went down with the Lakers, before they made any decisions, who do you think was consulted? LeBron James by Jenny Buss, Rob Pelinka, right? When things went down with the Nets, who do you think they consulted? Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Joe Tsai. I mean, the owners, they talked. Sean Marks. When things went down in Houston, Tim Fertitta, nobody consulted Russell Westbrook and James Harden. That's why James Harden was with Little Baby this weekend, giving him $100,000 in cash, a $200,000 Rashard meal watch, okay? Pictures of him out. He posted a picture of himself out at a party in Vegas.
No mask.
Going against NBA protocol saying, yo, I'm out, and didn't show up to training camp on Sunday. If that doesn't tell you what's on James Harden's mind, I don't know what else will.
No mask at the party. My invitation to the Little Baby party must have got lost in the middle.
No, you were at the bar. I know your line that you say to people at the bar. You know
Little
what I'm
Baby,
here
you got to
for.
make this up for me next year. This is a travesty.
Little Baby is a hip-hop artist, so people trying to figure out, they're not calling James Harden a little baby. It's a rapper. That's just want to clear that up, right?
One more
Make
piece.
that clear.
And please mask up, James Harden. Please mask up. Last thing I would say, this is important to note. James Harden is under team control for the next 2 years. As Kia said, if I want out, I want out, and the team is going to move me. You don't want that sort of attitude at
No, you
camp every
don't.
day. But I just wanted to mention he is technically under team control for a couple of
I
years.
get it. Yes, I am under team control, but there's a asset that I have that's no good to me because he's in Vegas.
Right.
We're in Texas practicing, and he's in Vegas.
And by the way, Key, the more he does this, the more that the Rockets lose leverage in getting value back for James Harden.
And even if James Harden comes in, let's say he comes in next week, people, players, it's just, it's not right. He's doing what he needs to do to get out of there.
Yeah, he's a diminishing asset for the Rockets, not for anybody else. He's 31 years old and he wants
just move him.
76ers on line one.
Get what you can
Brooklyn
and
Nets
move him. It
on
didn't
line
work
two.
out. You got a lot out of him. He doesn't want to be there. Why put the coach through this?
Yes, Raphael Stone needs to pick up the phone, one of those lines.
Just saying, that's the first thing I said. Ben Simmons and James Harden. Trade. Assets.
That? We saw
Daryl Morey leaves Houston to go to Philly, brings James with him to Philly if he's able to get it done.
I mean, James flourished the most under Daryl Morey.
Brooklyn's
so that
right there,
certainly
too.
makes sense. And we saw a big player-for-player swap last week. Doesn't mean we can't see another one here coming pretty soon. Those are all superstars. This team is devoid of any. How about making that wait time even shorter? Now with on-deck text alerts, get a 15-minute heads up when it's time to head in. Another text alert when you're next in line. Sport Clips, it's good to be a guy. Just a few minutes ago, we had David Kaplan, our expert, on from Chicago, from our great station there, ESPN 1000. And Key asked him, hey, how about going with Chuck Pagano, currently the Bears defensive coordinator, if and when they do fire Matt Nagy? And one of the things that David Kaplan simply said was, can't go to Pagano, great guy, good coach, can't go to him because Chicago needs a fresh start. They don't need a retread. And in some ways, Key, you're sort of saying the same for the Jets, if and when it's a fait accompli that they're going to fire Adam Gase, obviously, at some point, the day after firing Greg Williams. We'll wait to see when that official day comes. But you also think there's a lot of experienced coaches out there, a lot of coaches that could reign in this organization that needs so much help. But you're saying the retread option is the incorrect option.
Well, so retreads to me are guys that failed, and then you still hiring them.
A third crack.
Like a third crack at it. Or a first crack that miserably failed.
Like
and
Bill
then
O'Brien.
you're still giving him a Pat Sherman. You're still giving him another opportunity.
Right.
Like Bill O'Brien.
No, that's not. No, because Bill O'Brien was mildly successful with the Penn State, mildly successful with Houston. He allowed the two-headed thing to get in his way, general manager, head coach. So I wouldn't necessarily call him a retread.
Like
Retreads are like a Dick Duran. That's come on. Like Buffalo, then Chicago. Like, no. A guy that stands out to me, and I said this before in months ago, a guy that's standing on the sidelines that's not a retread because he was a one-stop guy would be a Bill Cowher. Mm. He successful. He won big in Pittsburgh. He won a Super Bowl. He's been out of the game 15 years, I think. I think that's the number.
It's a long time, man.
It sounds like a long time, right? But I can point to guys like Dick Vermeil. He last stop was the Philadelphia Eagles, and then he went to the Rams at one, then went to Kansas City and tried to turn that around. Or you look at John Gruden. He was out the game 10, 11 years. There are coaches that have done this, and I don't think Bill Cowher is so far removed from society and reality that he's a dinosaur. We're not dealing with a coach that he can't figure it out. Hey, why does that guy have an earring in? What are all these tattoos? He's not, no, I'm saying he's not so far removed from that. He's still around. He between his home in North Carolina and his residence in the New York State, he's still, he sees it all. He's not oblivious to what's going on. And I think for the Jets, somebody like that would be a home run because you could sell that to the fan base. You could sell Super Bowl winning coach. Bill Parcells, you could sell those sort of things. I remember when we got Bill, I got drafted. They were 2-14. They selected me as the number one guy. The next year, that year we went 1-15. Bill comes from the New England Patriots with the first pick overall to play with. He could draft Peyton Manning. I was already on the team. Some people think that he passed Peyton Manning up to draft me. No, I was already there. So let's get that corrected. And then when you look at the opportunity to draft Peyton Manning, he decided he didn't want Peyton. He wanted to do some other things with the pick. We went from 2-14, 1-15, 9-7 to an AFC championship game. Wow. So when you start to look at that pedigree with those skins on the wall means something. Yes, we can go for the young, hot Eric Bieniemy types. There's no question about it, and do well with that. But I think, though, just from what the organization probably needs is somebody like that.
If you are going to take Trevor Lawrence, do you want a coach that's been out of the game that long? I'm not saying that he can't do it, and he's more of a defensive-minded coach, or do you want somebody that comes in and offensively works hand in hand with your quarterback to change the dynamic of the system?
One thing I could say, Jay, great coaches know who to hire. It's all about your assistants.
They're the CEO. You're right.
Right? I don't need, just because I'm a defensive-minded coach doesn't mean that I can't get Jay Will to run my offense and put the offensive plays together